We have just received early information about Nicole's kit, and honestly there is a lot to unpack here. First of all, everything you are about to hear comes from early beta data, which means nothing is final. Numbers, mechanics, and even core interactions can still change. Also, the sources are not fully reliable, so you should not base your polling decisions on this information alone. Now let us talk about what really matters. A new system called Hexarai is being introduced in the 6.x updates, and it is connected to Mondstadt characters. This system activates when you have 2 or more characters from the same category, and it grants powerful team-wide buffs known as secret right buffs. This is where Nicole becomes important. She is not just part of the system, she is actually one of its core supports. But here is something very important: Nicole is not a damage dealer at all. Her personal damage is very low compared to a normal DPS. Instead, she is designed as a full support character focused entirely on strengthening her team. She provides elemental damage buffs and also adds a special type of extra damage that is applied on top of your attacks. However, this extra damage does not interact with reactions like melt or vaporize. It works as a fixed bonus added directly to your hits. Because of this, she is slightly weaker in reaction teams, but in exchange she becomes much more flexible and can fit into many different team compositions. Her damage mechanic also has limits. It has a cooldown and a maximum number of hits, so it cannot be used endlessly. More importantly, it scales based on the critical rate and critical damage of your main DPS, not Nicole herself. This means that investing in your DPS will directly increase Nicole's effectiveness. She does not rely on her own stats, she amplifies your main damage dealer. Now let us talk about constellations, because this is where things become very strong. Her first constellation increases the additional damage, which is good, but the most important one is Constellation 2. It reduces enemy resistance by 20%, and this makes it a very strong upgrade and a major power spike. Constellation 4 is average and not very impactful, but Constellation 6 is extremely strong. It adds 20% defense reduction, and when combined with resistance reduction, she becomes an incredibly powerful support. It is also important to note that Nicole does not provide critical rate or critical damage buffs. Her entire kit focuses on damage percent bonuses and strong debuffs such as resistance reduction and defense reduction. In terms of flexibility, she performs best when you have at least 2 Hexarai characters in the team, but even without meeting all conditions she can still use about 1/3 of her full power, which makes her less restrictive than many other supports. She can be used easily in many different teams. There is also a new artifact set called Brave, but it does not stack, so you need to be careful when building your team. So what is the final evaluation? Nicole is a very strong and well-designed support character. She is not a reaction support, but instead a raw damage buffer that enhances your team in a different way. You can think of her as a modern version of Bennett designed for the future of the game. Her strengths are very clear. She is extremely flexible, works in almost any team, scales very well with your DPS, and provides very strong debuffs. Her weakness is that she does not support reactions, which makes her less effective in melt and vaporize teams. In conclusion, Nicole is a flexible and universal support character. She is best used in raw damage teams, and she has a very high chance of becoming a top-tier support in the game.